Hello everyone, I am Eloquent, and welcome to my first stream of City Skylines. I'm hoping to do this a lot more. I have to say, starting out, I've always been a huge fan of the SimCity franchise, and I am excited to try this game out. My brother said it was cool, and I needed a break from EverQuest, so here goes. I'm gonna be mainly streaming it, but I believe that I might also try throwing them up on YouTube, depending on how long they are and how they go. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start a new map. I have played this a bit. I've tried maybe 3 or 4 cities, and I don't know which one I want. I tried one earlier today just to try out a new way of letting traffic come in, and it was crazy hard. It was not fun. This one looks good. We'll keep the name. I like the name Rockwood. Stick with it. Most of them that I've played have had rivers, and this did not have a river, and people kept getting sick because I needed to buy more tiles until I could separate the sewage and the water intake far enough away. But anyway, yeah, I've played this game a few times, and it's really fun. I'm in no way super great at it, but I'm also not terrible at it. Alright, so let's start off. Let's pause, and I'm actually going to change this down a little bit because it sounds crazy loud in my ears, and I'm worried it's going to be crazy loud for everyone else. Alright, that's slightly better. Okay. Yeah, if anyone finds that off-putting, how loud that is, let me know, and I can change it. So first let's build a little bit of a road. And then we can bulldoze it. And now we can start working on what we're going to do here. Before that, I think I'd like to kind of get straight in my head how I want to do everything. Oh, there's 2 inlets. Well, that's a no-brainer. I think that I'm going to stick on the side that has a lot more land. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so. Oh, it's still so loud. Is it this thing? I don't know. I'm probably making this too quiet for everyone else, but it seems super loud to me. Okay. So basically, I think what I'm going to try is to put a cloverleaf or a roundabout down here. And from what I've learned, I think I want the industry and all of those types of buildings over here. Mainly because if you put it on this side, they try to take left-hand turns and traffic backs up, and it's not pretty. So I'm kind of hoping that if I do a roundabout and I have some type of a bigger road that comes over and brings people efficiently in and out of this area. I'm hoping that I won't get as many traffic jams, because that's so far, every time I've played, the traffic's gotten bad. And I think that really what I probably just needed to do is add a closer spot, like if I were to buy this tile, add a closer spot for the industry and all of those so that they have their own dedicated off-ramp. But alright, let's start building here. And then, if I remember correctly, what I would like to do, let's bring these out just a little bit. That's odd. That's an odd angle. Okay. I think 10 will be okay. What I should do. Let's put one that's it's probably not gonna be, whoa, that's not what I wanted. Go away. It's probably not gonna be perfectly straight, but that'll at least give me a bit of a guideline so I know that I'm going 90 when I go to hit my right angle. Kind of annoying. So you'll probably realize that I have a couple of mods. I actually don't have that many mods, I don't think. There's actually a few that I have subscribed to, but I haven't. I don't have them active right now because I ran into a problem with the one of the traffic managers that I downloaded, where I was getting red cars everywhere. And I quickly realized that it was a lot more complicated for where I was at this stage. This isn't gonna work, so I want this to come in kind of like this. I'm gonna have to fix that direction, but let's go like that. Kind of keep a bit of an eye on the money situation. So what I'm kind of thinking, I'm hoping that this isn't crazy. Kind of thinking I want a road like this. I want to be a little... I'm pausing because there's farmland there, but I'm kind of thinking that I'm just gonna not worry about that for right now. And yeah, let's do that. Okay. Can do that, and then I can take some one-ways. Do have big one-ways. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Okay. Direction of those, and all the roads that I have in the middle, they look goofy, but those are really just so that the roundabout more or less keeps its shape. Alright, so that's good for that. I think on the other side, which is going to be kind of the residential slash, well, residential area, I think I'm going to have at least a little bit of commercial in there, but I think that what I want is a straight road like this. And then we'll in kind of like this. Not such a huge fan of how much of a turn that is. I know it seems crazy to worry so much about the entrance, but there's really nothing worse than I did it that way. Oh no, actually that's fine for this way. But yeah, there's nothing worse than going through this whole exercise of trying to get your entrance done, and then after it's too late finding out that there's huge traffic jams. So then maybe what I should do, something more like this. Alright, I like that better. Okay. Like how that is going. So maybe I'll stick with the 90 and I'll kind of no. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just start with some blocks. Oh, these are all on my... That's alright. That's 2A. There we go. And I want to make a road that is essentially just going to ferry people from the... What are we doing money-wise? From the residential section over to the industrial section here. Alright. I think that'll be okay. Alright, so let's do some zoning here. I know that it's all very square. I don't know if that's your thing or not, but I'm in between. I like the curves and I like angles because I feel like it's a lot more organic. But so it's going that way, so we need the water here. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. That's alright. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Alright. I know it's expensive, but that needs to happen. Okay. Okay, so we got that going. I do want to say really quickly that I'm going to kind of assume that everyone that's watching this or is going to be watching this has played this game and kind of understands things. If at any point you have any questions, please feel free to ask. But I'm in no way an expert at this game, so I feel kind of weird giving that kind of advice. But I'm going to kind of say, you know, certain things that I figured out in the 3 or 4 cities that I put together, but other than that, just kind of talk about what's going through my head at the time. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is get electricity, and let's find out where the wind is. Yuck. Huh. There's some 7s, but there's no... Well, we'll go for 6. So I'll have to make that a priority, that I'm going to have to not rely so much on wind energy. Okay. So let's get some zoning going so we can get it off pause and actually start making some money. To the other side. Right. So let's take it off a pause. Zoning. So far in the few playthroughs that I've done, all of the zones that I put down, I've always put way more residential than anything else. It seems that even though, you know, commercial and industrial will be about halfway, I'll just keep putting down residential because it seems like as soon as you stop doing that, they start asking for there's a worker shortage each and every time. Industrial. Speed a little bit more. Right now, I'm still losing money. And the first, I don't know, I think 2 milestones are usually pretty bad about money. You're always kind of right down to next to nothing. But you take out a loan here, you take out a loan there, and then before you know it, you're making enough money and you can just kind of let it run and it kind of fixes itself. Unfortunately, I have to play this game where I keep backing up the electrical lines. Not super excited about that, but that's okay. Oh, let me stop because I'm gonna run out of money. we just gotta wait for the next milestone to hit. We can do some more zoning while we're waiting. I think that we're probably good to do the whole thing. I hope they all have water, because I can't really do anything about it if they don't. That's right. They'll understand. I'm also really bad about trying not to zone where I think I might put roads, because I hate demolishing places that I think I'm gonna demolishing houses while I place roads. So, oh, you can go away. Oh no! Hahaha. That almost was really bad. But we're in the positive now, so that's good. Oh wait, what? Are we already out of... Oh man. I thought it was 4. Oh, it's 460. Hurry! I need another windmill. There we go. So each time you get a milestone, you do get a little injection of cash, which is nice and very needed because... Oh, should I just... I almost feel like I should just do the coal power plant. I think I am. It's like all my money, but I'm gonna put it on this side over here. And we already need a landfill. Okay, so let's pause it. Ooh. Take out loans, because I kind of need one. Alright. So next, let's put this in. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's pause for a minute and take a look and see what we get. So we get healthcare, education, and garbage. Garbage you saw I just put down because people are already screaming for it. And we're also going to need to put down some type of medical care. I'm kind of thinking, before when I've done this, I put that on these main roads. I think I might copy that. So let's bring this guy over. The other thing that I want to try to do is limit the amount of connections that I have on this road so that people aren't constantly stopping. So I do think I need another road though. There. Alright, let's put our hospital right, our clinic right there. Hey Mr. Gamer, how you doing tonight? How's the water situation? That looks good. I think I'm gonna put some commercial behind it just to make sure that the power goes through. Alright, let's start this back up so that they can all realize that everything's better. And go back and start zoning up a little bit more industrial, and then probably back to residential because it's looking like it's starting to rise back up again. We're out of money. I just realized that when you don't have the street tool, it doesn't show whether they're one way or not. Okay. We are super negative. And I know what I forgot. We need to come back. Alright, so we'll play with that in just a second. Let's bring this up to 11. And I think that I can scale back the water quite a bit, since we don't have so many people. I think the rest will leave. Starting to work our way back. It's going the other way. Where can I zone? Well, I can put some here, I guess, for right now. I don't know if it matters. I don't like putting residential on the 6-lane highways. I think that that's just me because it doesn't make sense, because, I mean, as far as dense residential, that does, but I always think of, especially when you're just starting out, it's all pretty rural, and you never see those on, you know, small houses on 6-lane highways, really. I guess it's not necessarily true, but kingdom for some money. We're still pretty far away from the next milestone. It hurts. So far when I've played this game, I've never gotten to the point where I've had to put the coal plant down so quickly, because normally, especially even along the river, there's pretty good wind, but I feel like I'd constantly be playing the game where I would put down a windmill and it would buy me not a lot of time, and I would have just had to place the coal power plant anyway. So, I don't know. Maybe I can, go up to 12. I think I've heard that 12 is kind of the magic number. I've always set it a little bit below to kind of help with just people coming in, but seeing as though money is an issue. And see how I was talking about this before, where as soon as at any point in time when the industrial is below the residential, you start getting went away, but you start getting the industrial places start complaining about lack of workers. But unfortunately, I can't do too much about it until I get a little more money. Let's speed this up. So far, all the times that I've started, this is kind of the way it goes. You get to points where you're just waiting. This is probably the most extreme case of that, but it happens. The good news is it looks like we're not too far away from the next milestone. What is it? It is at 900. So yeah, if this is the first time you're watching a stream of mine, normally I stream EverQuest. This is the first time I've ever streamed a game other than that. And, you know, when I started playing EverQuest, it was way back in 1999, and it quickly became my favorite game, and then I stopped kind of playing video games for a while, and then when I found that I had time to play again, that was the game that I picked up again. But right before I played that game, I played SimCity 3000, and that was one of my favorite, if not my favorite game. And so when I started playing video games again, I picked up, I think it was SimCity 4. I played that for a little bit, but I don't know, it was way after it came out, and I kept trying to install mods, and it got to a point where it seemed like all I was doing was installing mods. So I never really played. And then soon after that, I started playing EverQuest again, and it never went anywhere. But my brother was saying that this was a really great game, and the last Steam sale, I decided that I would check it out, and so that was, I don't know, a few weeks ago. And since I bought it, I've been playing here and there and trying to figure it out, because I didn't want to, you know, start streaming the first time that I played it, because I've made plenty of mistakes, and I thought that I learned from my mistakes. Oh, I never deleted those. And so yeah, I kind of had a better idea going into this, kind of what I wanted as far as city planning goes. But unfortunately, I wasn't paying so much attention to my money situation. Zones in to see if I can't get a little extra money. So far, my first impression of this game is not only is it visually really nice, but I don't think that any of the other city building games that I've played, I've paid as much attention to the traffic. And so far, like, all the things that I've kind of been thinking about and all of the iterations that I've gone through in all my cities, I've always come to a point where I'm like, I just don't like how people get in and out of the city. So I'm kind of hoping that this works. The last one that I built, I put a roundabout, but it was still backing up. And I think that it's because I had my industrial on the left-hand side over here, and trucks would come around and then come in and then try to make a left-hand turn, and all of that would back up back. So that's why I'm hoping that if I get them directly off, and then I've got, you know, a nice big street to bring them over right into the industrial section, that'll help things. And we're slightly back in business. Baby steps, right? Baby steps. Oop. say crisis averted. We've got money. It looks like we're pretty close to almost hitting that milestone. So yeah, like I said, this is my first month playing this game. I don't know if anyone out there's played it for a lot longer, but yeah, if at any point somebody has any suggestions, I'm always open to hear constructive criticism, because I think that's what's been most fun about this game is there's a lot to learn. And like, I think the first city I put together, I just ran and tried building as fast as possible, and you know, would throw things down without even thinking about it. And I think the nice part about it is that the game is complex enough that you really have to take your time while you're going and make sure that you're thinking about each service and putting each service down correctly, and really taking time to think things out and not just throw stuff down. Maybe I just care too much about, you know, things. The bus lines all make sense, and that things aren't backed up to 4 traffic lights. I guess the game really doesn't care that much, and there's always that. Anyway, Worthy Village. This is nice because we can take another loan, although I'm thinking about not doing that because the big red flashing made me think that I had that highlighted already. What I'm thinking about doing is taking this moment to throw down an elementary school finally. I have enough money for this, right? Yeah. Where can I put this? You know what? I will put it here and destroy that. That's fine. I don't have that zoned right. Okay. So that'll be the last. No. I am going to have to take out another loan. That's alright. Let's take out the loan, because I want to put the let's pay that so that we can take that out if we need it. And now we can put a police station and a fire station down. So police station, put that on the highway, because why not? Fire station might be the same deal. Let's zoom out. Maybe. I'm pausing because so far I've always put 2. Yeah, let's just put 2. Okay. So we're going to extend this down a little bit. And then maybe throw that there. And you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just de-zone all of this. Because I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of them being there. I'm interested to know if other people think that way too. Small houses should not be on 6-lane highways. Alright. So I got that down, We're gonna do 2 of the fire stations because doing that so that nothing burns down in the industrial area. Let's go. Should have power. Zoning. I think what I would like is not to do that. There. Go ahead. My goal is to kind of get the power lines backed away as far as possible. Now that that's all gone, I can zone all of that. There should be a street here. I think it's probably fine the way it is, but so this is something that I wonder. These unique buildings, I think I put one down in one of my cities. I don't think I quite understand them. I know that I think I got one when I made a Paradox username, but I'm not super sure. I'm assuming that they're like parks. They seem to be like parks. But about that? Let's get rid of that guy. What are we looking at for power here? Okay. Feels slightly bad that there's this space, but once we get landscaping, we can throw trees and rocks and stuff in there and it'll look nice. I think maybe that's one thing that I should start not worrying about is cramming. What was that? Oh, sorry, guy. It was a rogue. Right click. But yeah, not worrying about cramming every bit of zone in between each and every street. So it looks like we could use a little bit more commercial. I have mixed feelings about putting the commercial on the 6-lane highway. It makes more sense, but the last time I played with not doing that, I really don't think it has any bearing as far as traffic patterns or anything like that. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think it does. I think it's more me being, I don't even know what you would call that about it. Alright, back to, I know why I wasn't zoning this, because I'm not sure if I want to take, oop, choking. I'm not sure if I want to take this road that way. I didn't hear. You know, let's take that one down. Oop. And then, what might be fun is putting a little bit of commercial in there. It's kind of like, you know, you see in little towns, they've got like these weird little angled streets, and you've got like all the shops in the middle in here, and then that up anymore. Once that fills in, we'll be able to. Can I bring this over? Sorry, guy. No. Your house had to be demolished for progress. looking? Looks good, okay. If we zone here. Sorry, I'm still kind of playing with making the roads and everything look a little bit more interesting so that they aren't just like block after block. Alright. And I'm getting lost when I really need to be concentrating on zoning. Another thing I'm excited to play with that I haven't yet, and that, well, I'm both excited and terrified, is elevation changes. I haven't really gotten into too much elevation changes, so that should be fun. And it will probably also cause me to slow way down in the way that I build, because I don't know. I feel that I go slow as it is. Let's bring this down. Over, and then this can all be residential. I kind of have that feeling like I need to add another elementary school. Or did I? Ooh. So we're gonna need an elementary school. We're also gonna need a high school. What's that gonna do? Oh, that's not that bad. Thought that that was gonna kill all of my money. That works. I hope I'm not forgetting anything else. That still looks good. Those are still high, even though that's... I don't think I've ever paid attention. I've always looked at whether it's high or low. Okay. Alright, so back to are we with the loans? Can I pay that back yet? While we're here, things are going so well. Scale that back. Add that. Let's see how that goes. See if we can't. We do have parks now. So people are going to be wanting parks. Before the money gets really bad, let's try to and that's because of that. Okay. I was wondering why I couldn't zone in all this, and I realized it's because of the power lines. Let's take that one away. Do I have water way over here? No, I don't. It's funny, that happiness guide is weird. I've had that happen before where it's warned me that there's low happiness. And as soon as it comes through, like, the happiness jumps up. It's gonna yell at me again. I should put a small park someplace. Oh, they're so expensive though. For being small, that thing is huge. Alright. Okay. Let's start working our way. Maybe go at it from this way. 'Cause that was... It's got a bit of a curve, but it's not a bad thing. Follows it down. Yeah, I like it. And then we can do some commercial down in here. And then the rest can be residential. Let's see. like that little sound of all the... I think that that's the buildings upgrading, going from level 1 to level 2. For some reason, I think of a Las Vegas slot machine whenever I hear that. I don't know why that pops in my head, but... let's come over and do some more of this. 6 lane that I use going down. And I'm sure that I can make these look a lot more interesting, but I don't know. I don't really care to. It's industry. I always think about all the factories and stuff that they put next to like airports and things, because the airport doesn't care. I wonder why that was abandoned. Alright. So I've got that one small park. I should probably put another one. I think that I'm going to bring this road down over. Maybe bring this one down. And then I can put another park in here. That one, this one. Put that up so I can zone here. And maybe I can put some trees or something back there. Let's take a quick look at education. See how that is going. So the high school looks good. Really looks fine. I think, I'm not positive about this, and somebody can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that when you just start putting it down, you're always going to get a little bit of the red, because it takes a while for the education to start working through and people to get through school. I believe what's going on there, but I'm really not sure. So the next abandoned building that I get for, I wonder if it's just jobs. Alright, let's pause. Because I think the next thing that I want to do is what I want to do is I want to make a district and specialize industry. Alright, let's take a look at our resources. Where's that here? So I've got nice farmland up there. Ooh, and I've got oil. Ooh. I've got forest over here. Maybe I'll buy this. And then I can do kind of weird about this forest area is that it's going to be so close to my industrial zone. That's alright. That's alright. forestry zones in with dirt roads. And I did that just because I thought it looked cooler, and then I realized that the same big trucks go down that area, so as cool as it looks, it probably doesn't make as much sense. Alright, so let's paint up the district. I wonder if having the forestry so close like this is gonna help out with the all the pollution that's sitting right there. Whoop. Green Park. Perfect name. Smack dab right next to the chimney stacks. Alright. So there's that. Let's run some water here. The other thing I gotta think about is at some point in time making a connection solely for industry, but I don't think we're there yet. I mean, it's yeah. The traffic's not bad yet. Probably get away with doing this whole no, I can't because it's not reaching. It's making me angry. Alright. Let's not get too crazy, because I don't know if it's just me, but if I feel like the RCI indicator lags pretty far behind. Not enough educated workers. I think that, like I said before, I don't think that means that my education's not that I don't have enough education. I think it just means that it hasn't worked itself through yet. Which is actually kind of cool if you think about it, that it was weird that that power thing came up. I bet you we're running low. Yep. I wonder. Yeah, let's just let me check this. Abandoned. But it doesn't say why. I think that this is the not enough educated workers, that they're gonna complain, and then it's gonna be abandoned, and it just needs to catch up. But yeah, I think that it's kind of cool that it actually takes into account the fact that the first people that move in, their children are technically uneducated because when they first moved in, there wasn't any elementary schools or anything like that. Alright, so let's do this. Let's take a look at this. 51. Right. If anyone can help remind me that I need to look at that maybe 10 more minutes to just make sure that it doesn't fill up past capacity, and I need to probably plop another one back down. But let's look at this. Let's do recycling, this. That's good for now. Let's sneak this up because I'm pretty sure that that might be a thing. I don't know, I've never played with the electricity in the day-night cycle. That is one thing that I don't play with it going tonight because it was driving me crazy, and then yeah, I just didn't like it. Ooh, one thing I need to do. This is gonna make people angry. This guy down. Okay. So I think the plan is to do bit more zoning here. Once I fill this on in, I think it's going to be time to, well, I think that we're going to let it sit for a minute and make back a little bit of money. And I think I'd like to get the bus up and running, is I think what I would like to do. Take my time trying to get the bus lines kind of how I'd like them. And then I think it might be about time to call it good on this stream because it's getting a bit late. And as much as I enjoy, where do I want to put this? Looks good to me. Okay. Knew I forgot something, right? In the park? Well, now that makes me think I should increase the budget of the park. Why are people dying in the park? And it needs water. That not? I'm out of power again. Alright, let's see if I can. Oh. Does that fix it? No. Can I even... fix it like this? Or do I... oh. Alright. That's a band-aid though, that's not gonna... that's not gonna work forever. But... I do. That's 20,000. Okay, so. Because I needed to look at. That's still only 54. Don't think I'm going to worry about that. What I am wondering about is whether I should put another coal power plant down. And then kind of let it go to make the money back to do the buses. Yeah, I was just talking about it, didn't you hear me? So I think that's the plan. I'm gonna wait until... There we go. Then you have to wait that long. Put that there. So that should fix that. Alright. What? Jeez. Alright. There's a strong possibility I might be getting tired. Getting quiet, and I almost exited out of the game. But I really kind of want to do the bus routes tonight. How we doing there? Oh man, I'm gonna butcher that. Macbesio? Possibly. Mac. Done. Much easier. But yeah, like I was saying, I'd really like to get the buses done tonight. That's gonna be a long time if I don't take out a loan. I'm doing pretty good. I have been playing this now for a good couple hours, and I got a pretty good start going. It was very touch and go in the beginning because we almost ran out of money at least once or twice, and now at least the money part's pretty stable, and yes, I started this at the beginning of the stream, and thank you. I've only been playing this for a little bit. I've played a lot of SimCity, so I mean, it's not like I'm new to city simulations, but as far as this particular one goes, I've only played it a few times. I think it's a lot of fun. It's nice and complicated, which I like. I know, and I'm dating myself here, I know back when SimCity started, the switch between even SimCity and SimCity 2000, and especially SimCity 3000, that people just went nuts about how all of a sudden you had to worry about like tunnels and underground stuff, and it wasn't just roads and plopping down residential and whatnot and so forth. And but I really like that. I like the more complicated aspect of those games. So I'm having a lot of fun playing this. Alright. Are you saying that SimCity wasn't that long ago? I like to think that, but I'm a realist. I know that it was a long time ago. myself. I think we've got that pretty much zoned until I start building more roads. And I realize that I've kind of painted myself in the corner here with all these interesting looking round things that I don't have any way to go up. Maybe I'll make this avenue, or this 6-lane, kind of curve down to follow that. That might look cool, but I'm not going to do that right now. Right now, how much is this? This is 30,000. So do you play City Skylines, Mac? Or do you just watch? Because there are definitely games that I just watch and have tried playing and realize that I'm no good at and that they're more fun to watch. I feel that way about, or I am that way about Dota. I love watching people play Dota, but I cannot play. And have tried, and it's much more fun for me to just watch other people play it. Okay. No, I feel I should just wait, because that's gonna tick over and we're gonna get oh, nice. I don't think you were here for this. Normally what I stream is EverQuest, but I felt like I needed to take a bit of a break from it, and I bought this game when the Steam sale was going, and so I decided that I'd give it a try, and I really liked it, and decided why not try streaming it. I wanted to buy Stardew Valley, mostly for my son, who's 8. I thought he would get a real big kick out of it, and I thought that I would like to play it as well. And I asked him when the sale was going on, I was like, do you want to get this game? And he was like, no. And I think that he chose to buy Who's Your Daddy or something like that I've never heard of, and it's a terrible game. But it made him happy, so alright, so let's throw this guy here, and I think while I'm doing this I'm going to pause. Now, I'm fairly certain that it doesn't really matter where you start the bus line, and I don't even think that they need to go back to here. Although I usually like to have them kind of go somewhere around this building, because, again, I do things that make realistic sense that probably don't need to be done in game. So, I'm actually almost thinking about taking this road back this way. Kind of just going around this building like this. Both of my kids are very into Pokemon Go, and so I've started playing it. It was basically I started playing it for them, and I've gotten to the point now where, you know, I spend my lunch hour going around, and it feels like mostly what I do in that game is restock their inventory so that when they get it they can, you know, throw all the Pokeballs at things, and I spend all my day walking around refreshing them. Which isn't completely fair because my boss is also really into it because his son is right in that age group of kids that watch that their whole lives. And so, same kind of deal. He picked it up because his son picked it up, and he's super into it. And so, you know, he takes me out a lot of times and we'll do like raids together and stuff. But yeah, a lot of times it's me just keeping their inventory full so that they can throw them at Pokemon around our house. Alright. Bus line. So let's start this here. I think that the first one that I want to do... Man, these things are... Why would it... Oh, I know why. There we go. I think the first one I want to do, I want it to kind of go around the outside. I actually really enjoy... The thing that I enjoy most about that game is walking around parks, because a lot of the Pokestops for it are all in parks. And I just really enjoy walking around parks and, you know, spinning the stops. And like, if that was all that that game was, I would be completely happy with it. But my kids get super excited when I go to some crazy raid and actually am able to catch the legendary Pokemon. So I do that too. So far in all of my playthroughs, I've never gone and done these areas, but I probably should. Comprehensive bus lines, right? And then I can kind of make this the end loop. That works. Are you talking about the Pokemon stops? Are mostly in buildings? And let's change this color so I don't get confused later. Yeah, I live in a more suburby city, so most of the stops are, I mean, they're all over the place, but the ones that I go to are in parks, because I'd rather... I live in Western New York, so a lot of the parks that I go to are right along the canal, and so I don't know, it's really nice. It's really nice to just walk along the canal, and there seem to be good spots for catching them, and I don't know, it makes my kids happy, so. Let's see. Okay. I've camped a lot in Virginia. When I got done with college, I section hiked some of the Appalachian Trail in Virginia. Well, to be fair, we section hiked for a few days, and then going down some of the hills I kind of hurt my knee, and so then we went to Virginia Beach and spent a few days there, and then we ended up in near Damascus, and hung out there for a few more days. But yeah, most of what I remember of Virginia Beach was all of the Air Force planes going over. Yeah, I'm not really good about where... I know the cities that are in Virginia, but I'm kind of hazy about where exactly they are. Okay. Yeah, because we were in a KOA, which, when you're in your mid-20s, is definitely the way to do Virginia Beach, because it was like $30 a night, and they had like a parking area right across the way, so you could walk right to the beach. But yeah, you know, we'd stay up drinking, and at 7 o'clock they'd fly like right over our tent. Okay, so I got one that goes all the way around the outside. I've got one that kind of cuts through here. I'm thinking I'm gonna make another one that maybe just goes this way. I don't think I should go too crazy, because I mean, eventually what's gonna happen is, as this gets bigger and bigger, this might actually be good enough. You know what, let's leave it. Let's not go crazy about it. We'll leave it like this, and then as we expand, because I don't know, I guess I could have as many lines as I want. It really doesn't matter. Is that the case? Because the past, geez, now 5 summers we've gone to, I know it's, you know, further south, but we've gone to Myrtle Beach, and we've always tried to go in August because we've heard that it's off peak. And so we go with my in-laws, and they rent like a house, and the whole reason that we go the time that we do is because it's off season, and that seems weird. I guess on season, or whatever you would call that, would be more in the like the spring break time, wouldn't it be? Because most people are looking to go someplace nice and warm for spring. I think when we went down it was June. I think it was June. So it was right after I graduated college, so I really didn't have anything to do, and going on a 2-week-long hike sounded like a good idea. Alright, so. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's different. Around me, there's not that many military bases. One of the bigger ones, we actually drove past. It's in it's up north. I think it's Fort. Nah, I'm not gonna know the name of it. But it's up above Syracuse. We drove through that because my son plays hockey, and he had a hockey tournament up north. Yeah, I was gonna say drum, but then I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to say something that I wasn't sure about. But yeah, okay. Yep. Nope, that's exactly it. We drove up there in December, and it was crazy because it was snowing like you wouldn't believe. Okay. It's really pretty up there, but man, you get right near that lake and it just gets to be a nightmare. Okay. So we can let this run a little bit. Look at all the buses. I'm sure that'll all get sorted out, but that looks crazy right now. Let's not look at that because that's going to bother me. Alright. So I think all in all, I'm very happy with how this is going. This has probably been the most successful entrance that I've done. So I'm happy with that. The more I look at it, the more I think that I'm going to bend this down. But I think that I'm not going to worry about that until I buy this area over here. It is connected to the highway. I want to connect this to the highway, but that's not going to happen right now. Alright, but on second thought, what I can always do is bring this over like this. And I can bring another neighborhood down in here. It doesn't really need to connect to this. Maybe what I can do is instead of that, let's do something like this where this little thing, and instead of it being for residential, we could use this for commercial. But I think I have to be careful about how I zone this so that I don't into any issues with power. I don't want to have to run power lines. That's gonna make me sad. Oh no, wait, there's a power line right there. Yeah, it's late. That's alright. Buses don't appear to be backed up anymore. So that's good. I do think that we need more parks. Let's look at that. this side. Alright. So maybe we'll do that, and then we'll start getting ready to end it for tonight. Slightly worried about getting too close to the roundabout, because if I do have to make it any bigger, it's going to cause problems. But I'm hoping part of it is if I'm just proactive about making the other connection, I won't have to worry about traffic as much. It's kind of the game plan. This thing. Oh, that's not that big. That's not that big. The small park is the biggest thing. That's crazy. Alright, that's what we're doing though. Do we already have one? No, I don't think we do. Okay. Yeah, I think that we filled in this. I think at some point in time, probably not on stream, I'm going to go in with landscaping tools and put trees and rocks and whatnot in there. That's kind of crazy boring, so I don't think I'm going to do that while anyone's watching. I'd also think I'd like to put in odd junctions like this some pedestrian walkways. Because A, they look kind of cool, and B, I think they're probably going to help, especially if I've got a bus stop here and not here. But anyway, I think this area is pretty good, so I think next I'm going to start working my way this way. I think this needs to start coming this way. But I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you everyone for coming and hanging out tonight. Unfortunately, I don't know when the next stream is going to be. I kind of do these while people aren't around because it's been hot here, and I usually have to have the air conditioner on when other people are in the house, and that's crazy loud. So I don't know. If you're interested, leave a follow, and it'll let you know the next time I'm going live. Also, I do plan on uploading these to YouTube, maybe, depending on how long they are, and how that goes. Thank you, Mac. So yeah, I mean that's... Yeah, there we go. And that is an EverQuest sound, in case anyone was wondering. But yeah, so they'll probably maybe eventually end up there, depending on how long they are and whether or not I have to add them. But yeah, again, thank you so much, and I hope to see everyone next time.